characters to play. And we get to see a little bit of the flip side. Both these two that we see, Wario and Diddy Kong, piloted by 9SuperPie and Marcus, a.k.a. the Great Gonzalez. They're going to be playing a whole lot safer of a neutral because both of these two can chain off combos very well with platforms like these and also just have a lot of very good poking buttons. But Marcus, he decided, I'm going to play advantage today, and so have just done 71.
Just 71 already. Banana in hand on the part of 9SuperPie. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. I want to say safer. It can be played in a variety of ways. Diddy's Banana allows him to play in just so many different kinds of ways, whether it's aggressive, a little bit more defensive, you know, beautiful use to cover tech chase scenarios. And Wario's got that airspeed to be able to drift in and out of a lot of those situations if he's the one to sort of bite the punch correctly and just, what am I trying to say here, just sort of get out of those situations first because of how just good his general airspeed is. But you can get still zoned out pretty easily with it as Diddy, Marcus is just going to run in and catch him with the up smash.
I love it because it was baited out, though. Throwing the banana forward makes you think Diddy wants his banana, Diddy wants his neutral tool, but multiple times over, Gonzalez and Marcus have intentionally avoided the banana in order to find a punish on SuperPie, whose eyes are trailed to the yellow stick.
I'm just seeing so many, echoes of Rivers in this Diddy already. This is actually the first time I've ever commentated a Marcus Diddy set. He's been playing this character for a good long while now. I'm not going to lie. But he does regularly practice with Rivers, who's otherwise known as one of, if not pretty much one of the greatest Diddy Kongs to essentially ever do it. And one of those things that he does patented is those down throw to those short hop reverse up air setups to get by the ledge into the down air. And you can already see Marcus doing a wonderful job of just keeping 9SuperPie by the ledge, sort of stuffing him out with that banana, forcing it in his hand right now. But it doesn't matter if you're the one who still has to recover. I love that bait. That was terrifying.
Yeah, wanted to call out the roll instead. 9SuperPie going for the spot dodge, but these banana tosses from ledge are forcing 9SuperPie just out of a ledge trapping situation and basically just forcing either you take stage or you get nothing at all. And Diddy's buttons, Diddy's approach tools with things like Monkey Flip are so, it's hard to maintain stage control unless you're raw calling these things out, which 9SuperPie really hasn't been doing.
Yeah, you know, not even too much Monkey Flip even coming out from Marcus right here, trying to space beautifully with that explosive up right there. The back throw going to do it despite Wario's weight for sure. Marcus doing a wonderful job at forcing his advantage state in this matchup so far. Off the level, just beautiful reaction time, actually popping the up B right before that forward air came out. That would have spelled disaster and potentially even the stock for 9SuperPie, who's digging for gold right here, as Wario is one to do, trying really hard to fight his way back into this, going deep off stage for these stocks. Finally able to get one in the up air, but is it too little too late, Ubel?
You know, with Waft on deck, no comeback is impossible for Wario, but the problem lies in then hitting Diddy Kong. What 9SuperPie, if there's any weaknesses with his Wario, it's the fact that Waft confirms don't come naturally to him. He's much more of a patient, stay back kind of player and punish approaches off of whiff and out of block. So these wafts can sometimes go unused in games, which is rough if you're playing Wario and you're not using arguably his best tool, as we just see.
His most necessary one on top of that, my friend. If you're going to fight a neutral monster like Diddy, you got to know how to pick and choose your moments with that waft carefully, lest you not just pick and choose that moment at all, like you mentioned, Ubel. It's an interesting thing, to say the least, man. Wario is the kind of character who is like the perfect definition of Muhammad Ali, man. He just floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. He moves through the air so well for a heavyweight, which is normally the scary thing against a character who would have to fight Wario in the beat. Diddy Kong, on the other hand, doesn't have to do that. He has a down B move that, if utilized properly, can control the neutral for him, as well as sort of gain that neutral for him. And it doesn't matter how good your air drift necessarily is if you can lock down the neutral with that banana in hand and just make so many more options for Wario that much more linear and terrifying to approach, therefore.
I like the immediate change in game plan from 9SuperPie. They saw that Marcus, everything, like with most Diddy Kongs, everything revolves around banana.
That's not so unfortunate because they wound up trading stocks. I thought Marcus was going to have enough time to charge the rocket barrel pack there, but it's still so unfortunate.
That's a huge trade for Marcus. Just after an amazing start, 63% combo, setting up edge guards, catching banana, and keeping Marcus in a really bad spot overall. there's just been, just to trade stocks like that and suddenly it's even, it's a lot of work right down the drain.
Yeah. For sure, my friend, for sure. Especially with a character who has to like rely on that waft to be able to get back in. One could argue philosophically that that's actually better for Wario now that he has one less thing to work with. You know, the whole, oh, Wario actually has a whole nother stock because of waft, you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you have to deal with the Diddy neutral of Banana, you know, it's pretty crazy. And speaking of Banana, we have it in the hands of 9SuperPie right here. How is he going to use that to be able to make his way back to neutral? He doesn't, playing patiently even with that. Now Marcus the one just really trying to force his way into the neutral here. And 9SuperPie, for the most part, just not letting him in, spending a lot more time in the air, not playing neutral on the ground with this Banana this time, Ubel.
Yeah, these platforms are never going to be more useful than they are right now for 9SuperPie, just completely avoiding all these grounded setups. But the air dodge missed the banana catch, and again, Marcus seeing that 9SuperPie's entire focus for this matchup is on that banana peel. And if you're watching the peel, then you're not watching the monkey flipping around and, quite honestly, bullying you.
For sure, for sure. It also covers space quite well as that neutral air is going to continue that combo. We're going to go for an angel drop. Yes, we are this time around trying to close everything out right there. 9SuperPie barely getting out of that scenario. I feel like he's definitely going to try to take this stock raw before he winds up popping this waft here. He's recognizing that he's wholeheartedly down a stock, and he's the one who's probably going to need to use this as a comeback mechanic to wake his way back. Beautiful usage of Banana to try to force 9SuperPie to stay on the left side of the stage, but a bad trade will still knock Marcus off instead. And now you see 9SuperPie just swinging for the fences, trying to get him off stage, but Marcus, it very well might be too little too late for him.
Oh, got hit by the jets of the barrel and got thrown away before the explosion.
Oh my God.
Put that banana into up air, looking for the final one. All these scrapping hits off of air dodge reads. 171 now. There's not going to be much that goes out this. Not going to be much that doesn't go out the stock for Marcus. Same thing can be said for 9SuperPie, who has a chance. He had a chance with that nair out of shield, but the invulnerability lets Marcus power through the initial hit and meets him with an up smash.
He popped it too early. Oh, I know that's a scary situation to be in. Maybe Hapsy didn't want to wait because he didn't want to get grabbed, but I feel like that would have been the better option right there because to grab him, Marcus would have had to do so on the left side. He would have had to forward throw him there, which I'm not sure would have killed Wario. I mean, 180, maybe. He wasn't that close to the ledge. I feel like
back throw. Tried the back throw anyway.
Back throw definitely would have if he was on the other side, but the thing is he wasn't. He was facing right, so I think he was really scared of getting grabbed there, even off of like the respawn invulnerability, but my goodness, man, he just waited just a second too long, and Marcus took advantage of that. That was, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I know it's a typical commentator trope, but that was genuinely unfortunate.
I mean, there was a couple instances.
If he landed that nair,
like,
if he landed
that nair, that could have been just, we're in a game 3.
Yeah.
But the fact that the first stock ended the way it did on both sides, just a fluke miss tech on both players' parts, like falling after a 20 to 120 start for 9SuperPie. Like a couple of very unfortunate breaks went his way. Granted, also skill-based breaks. Like you have to hit those techs. You have to realize when invulnerability runs out and when to take your grabs, even though Wario doesn't get too much off of grab. And when to grab and when to get grabbed, I feel like is also
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
important.
and obviously that wouldn't have worked because the respawn invulnerability, I think he was just so scared to be that close to him at that percent, and he just did not want to be in shield because obviously you're not even just playing to not get hit, you're playing to not get grabbed.